Good morning. Happy Easter to all of you and your families. We had a very beautiful and faith-filled Easter vigil last night. But what made it special? What made this night special was that Jesus is risen, and the darkness has been extinguished by the light. The Paschal candle that you see here represents that light of Christ, which was given to you and to me of our baptism, and which will be lit when God calls us back to Him. The light of Christ is given to us to accompany us during our entire life. This light is meant to be used, especially in the times we feel a little confused and disoriented, when we do not see the horizon clear, and we do not know what to do because the gloom of darkness has taken over. The Gospels speak of darkness with references the crucifixion and death of Jesus. The Gospel said there was a darkness over the whole land. The story of the passion and death of Jesus ends in darkness. The Gospels also begin the story of the resurrection of Jesus with reference to light. And we heard in the Gospel of Matthew, after the Sabbath, at the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to see the tomb. The dawn is the prelude of the light of the risen Christ and the light that came out of the empty tomb. But I would like to center my attention on two particular events that happen in today's Gospel. First is the event described as a journey, and the second event is described as an encounter. The current pandemic situation has given us a lot of grief. You may know of someone who has been affected by the coronavirus because of sickness, loneliness, losing a job, or someone who lost a family member or a friend. This walk of sadness and grief is a journey of many of us. And it is the same journey of Mary Magdalene and the other Mary in the Gospel. The Gospel said that these two women went early before dawn, full of fear and sadness, to see their friend. They did not expect anything else than to anoint Jesus' body with the spices and oil in the tomb. They have journeyed with Jesus around Galilee and Jerusalem. They witnessed His miracles and rejoiced with Him. But they also saw Jesus taken, scourged, wearing the crown of thorns on His head, and with a heavy cross on His shoulders. They also saw Jesus being crucified and taken down from the cross to be placed in the tomb. Now they have journeyed to the tomb to see the one who gave meaning to their lives. But as the Gospel begins with a journey of sadness for this woman, the Gospel also ends with a joyful journey of the woman who ran to tell the good news they heard from the angel when they arrived at the tomb. Go quickly and tell His disciples, He has been raised from the dead, and He is going before you to Galilee. There you will see Him. What happened between that sad journey at the beginning of the Gospel and the joyful journey running to tell the good news to the disciples was the encounter with Jesus. And behold, Jesus met them on their way and greeted them. This is what we call the Easter journey, the encounter with the risen Christ. The risen Jesus comes to encounter his disciples who were heartbroken, full of sadness, who regretted their bad decisions and denial, who were lonely, discouraged, and in despair. Today, those disciples are you and me. The risen Lord desires to journey with us. He wants to bring us his light and peace. He wants to be part of our lives. He wants to accompany us when we are heartbroken, discouraged, sad, lonely, or in despair. He wants us to allow him to journey with him. We do not have to go anywhere to meet the risen Lord, as he did with Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. He met them on their way. You who are at home, Jesus desires to meet you there. He wants to go there. He wants to be welcomed at your home, into your heart. You do not have to do anything. Just welcome him into your life without hesitation or reservation. The risen Lord has come to give light and meaning to your situations. This is the journey of Easter, the journey of the encounter with the risen Jesus. Your journey and my journey. As the women of the gospel, Jesus gives us a mission. Go and tell my brothers, and I will meet you there. After we finished the Easter vigil last night, I found myself alone in church. I sat down and prayed. Even though I was not happy celebrating Mass in an empty church, I know that God has given us this time to appreciate and support one another. Just as the disciples felt lonely, I have to say that we are in this together, and Jesus is going ahead of us. Jesus will bring the joy and peace we need. We just need to have faith and persevere. As we face this coronavirus, let us bring the presence of Jesus, the risen Lord, to those who are suffering and in need. May we become the messengers of the risen Lord this Easter. Happy Easter.